We have filed charges against the state of New York. We have filed charges against Kathy Hochul. We have filed charges against Letitia James and Mark Schroeder, who is with DMV. This is a new DOJ, and we are taking steps to protect Americans, American citizens, and angel moms, like the mom standing right behind me, who you're going to hear from in a moment. New York has chosen to prioritize illegal aliens over American citizens. It stops today.
And joining us now, the man himself, Trump border czar Tom Homan, here with us in studio. Tom, great to have you on American Agenda here with us in studio. I know that you came to the Big Apple specifically for your meeting that happened earlier today with Mayor Eric Adams. How did it go?
It went pretty good. I mean, it could have been better, but it could have been a hell of a lot worse. So I came out to follow up on our first discussion, which was several weeks ago. We made some commitments on some movement. Haven't seen that movement. So I came up today and want to know when we're going to see that movement. So I left today with some good things. I left today with a plan to incorporate some other things we're putting in place. So it was a good meeting.
Tom, why aren't you seeing that movement? What's going on? What we were talking about, they're putting in roadblocks, some of these sanctuary cities, preventing you from doing your work, other teams doing their work.
Well, sanctuary cities are sanctuary for criminals.
Right.
What I want is arrest. President Trump's been clear. I've been clear. We're prioritizing public safety threats and national security threats. But you got New York City releasing criminals from Rikers Island every day. People are in the country illegally. They're violent criminals, and they're getting released back into the public, which is just dumb politics. So I'm asking, give us a presence back in Rikers Island. That's something the mayor committed to today. We want to take movements and having an ICE presence at Rikers Island. It's the right thing to do. And for the naysayers, the city council wants nothing to do with ICE. They need to understand, if we arrest the bad guy at Rikers Island, then the alien's safe, the officer's safe, the community's safe. But when you release that public safety threat back in the public, what do I have to do? We got to send law enforcement officers in that community. And we will find him. But when we find him, he's going to be with others. Others who aren't a criminal priority, but they're going to be in the country illegally, so we're going to arrest them too. So sanctuary city is going to get exactly what they don't want. More collateral arrests, more non-criminal arrests, and more officers in their neighborhood.
Tom, are you seeing other sanctuary cities across the country trying to dig their heels in and fight? Or do you think they're starting to realize, you know what, we're going to have to kind of pitch in and actually help with the president's agenda?
Well, I see a little movement. I mean, the meeting with the mayor today, Mayor Adams, is a good move. A year ago, we wouldn't have this meeting. I know Governor Pritzker, who I have zero respect in, he's even talking about, well, we should handle criminals over. Now, Governor Hochul, she came out after the violence here in New York City. Well, we ought to be, criminal aliens should be removed. Well, I can't do it if you don't let me in Rikers Island. I can't do it with your sanctuary policies. So on one side of her mouth, she wants public safety threats removed, but you don't give us the access to arrest them. So I'm glad the Attorney General's suing them. They should sue them. We need to hold them accountable.
So it seems like an actions not matching words things here when it comes to some of these liberal governors.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Around the country, the pace of things, what's that looking like? I know you want it to be ramped up more. How do you get that? Is it funding? Is it cooperation through other agencies? What's the hang up?
Look, I was up on Hill the other day. We need money. We need a lot of money. And people say, well, it's expensive, what you're asking for. Well, right now we're paying billions of dollars in perpetuity, whether it's schools, hospitals, trauma centers, free hotel rooms, whatever it is, right? And that's in perpetuity. Yeah, fund this expensive project, but it's going to save the taxpayers.
We have billions to facilitate this whole mess and let it crack open, to your point, in perpetuity. Now they don't want to give you any money.
Well, I think Congress is going to give us money. I'm confident after the meeting the other day. I think the Republican-controlled Senate wants to help. They understand the president's been giving us. This is his number one issue. I think America gave the president a mandate, and he's going to keep his promise. We're going to secure the border, which the border crossing is already down 90% in 3 weeks. And the arrests in the interior were about 3 times higher than the Biden administration was a year ago today. But I'm not happy. We need more. So what we're going to do, we're going to double the targeting, we're going to double the manpower, we're going to add more teams to the streets. I wish we didn't have to do that. Let us in the jails, be much more efficient. One officer can arrest one bad guy. In the neighborhood, we got to send a whole team to find him for officer safety reasons.
What will it take to make you happy? When will Tom Homan say, I did my job here and I couldn't have done it any better?
First thing is to remove every public safety threat to illegal in the United States. Get them out of here. Every TDA member, 10 to Iowa, every single one we need to eradicate from the country. So if they're watching, you need to get the hell out because we're coming for you. And if we can criminally prosecute them, we will. And that's what the genius of President Trump is. The all of government. Let's mention Chicago. I did an operation in Chicago. You had ATF there. So we find an alien with a gun, prosecuted for gun charges. They find him with dope, prosecuted for drug charges. So it's just not immigration consequences, it's all of government. So we'll throw them in prison first. Then we'll deport them. Trend to Iowa, we'll put you in Gitmo. Then we'll deport you. So President Trump, his vision is impeccable. He proves every day why I think he's the greatest president of my lifetime.
Got to have deterrents, right? Going to places like Gitmo. Hopefully that stops some of these guys from coming up here. Let's talk the Catholic Church. You're Catholic. I was raised Catholic as well.
Me too.
Katrina just as well. The Pope made comments about being immoral. What you're doing is immoral. Deporting, despite the fact that we have to, I guess, hold the bag of this mess of this border crisis. What's your response to the Pope?
Well, he's wrong. And I said the other day he should concentrate on fixing the Catholic Church. Catholic Church was in the church I grew up in. I was baptized, First Communion, Confirmation. I love the Catholic Church. I love being a Catholic. But this church is failing. He needs to concentrate on fixing the Catholic Church and leave the border to me. Because he's got a wall around the Vatican. And if you go over that wall, if you illegally enter the Vatican, the consequences are like 3 times worse than our consequences here.
We didn't have many until you showed up.
That's right.
So we all adopt his consequences. It's going to be much rougher on the border. Look, what he needs to understand, when President Trump has illegal immigration down 90%, which it is right now, when 90% less people come in, how many women aren't being sexually assaulted by the cartels? How many children aren't drowning in the river? How many Americans aren't dying from fentanyl overdoses because the border's locked down? How many women and children aren't sex trafficked into the United States? We've got a 600% increase in sex trafficking in women and small children. We are saving lives. And I wish the Pope would recognize that and keep to the church and fix it because it needs fixing.
All right. Well, Tom Homan, thrilled to have you here on set with us on American Agenda. Thanks for helping to make this city safe again and also our country safe again. And we look forward to you getting to that point where Tom Homan is happy with the job he did.
Got it.
Appreciate
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Tom. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.